Stand up, New York Giants fans. We got ourselves our third victory. Woo! At a
Got
very
that.
interesting series of events by our defense, holding it down for us. Before we get into this podcast,
I would like everyone to first subscribe, especially if you're new to this channel. If you're new to watching us, hit that subscribe button. If you've already hit subscribe, we thank you for your subscription. Hit that little bell so that you can get all the notifications.
very
And
important.
don't forget to like. We need likes. And a lot of you are liking, and we really appreciate it. Keep doing it. We need those likes. So let's get into it.
Mother, where would you like to start with this game? I feel we should probably focus on defense since it was, mainly the highlight of the game. That highlight being Xavier McKinney blossoming into his role as somebody who I've so desperately wanted him to be. Because we got him 2 years ago at this point. The guy was hurt for a majority of his rookie year. That was a little disappointment because a lot of people, and myself included, were excited and anxious to see him
Yeah.
play because he's a guy from Alabama. So it was
Yeah.
great to see
Yeah.
him get those 2 picks and get that TD. That was hype. I haven't seen a Giants pick six in a long time, and it was
It,
amazing to see
it's
it. I had
it's
to wipe
been a
my
minute.
eyes. I was like,
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I mean, to even the excitement of that was something that we needed to really kind of supercharge the team, get them hype, get them thinking like, you know what, we could win this thing.
mhm.
And fortunately, I think it had that effect. I really think it was helpful. And it got Xavier McKinney hype because he went out there and got another interception.
Yes,
So, and if he wasn't, right on the sidelines there, he probably would have tried to run that one in. But when they replayed that second interception, I saw what he did. He wanted to make sure he was in and
Yes.
fully in control. And I was like, that's my boy right there.
That's awareness.
That's my boy. Yes. The whole play, that whole play
It
was
great.
awareness. He
Yeah.
read the play. He definitely knew something was going to happen and he read it. It was perfect. And I was so proud of him. I was like, oh, he didn't run it in. But when I saw when he made that little
He
stumble
had to
step,
do that, otherwise
it was purposeful. And that
Yeah.
was on point. That was on
And
point.
sometimes guys get hurt trying to do too much. They be like, I want to stay inbounds and keep running, and then they land awkwardly, and then they end up rolling something. But they still could stay in bounds, but they didn't get any extra yards because now they're on the floor in pain. I've seen it too
Right.
many times. So it's good that
It's
he just
true.
focused on staying in bounds, just so that way we had the legit turnover, and it helped us win the game. It put us in position to just stay in control. And how about that lucky field goal miss by the Las Vegas Raiders?
Oh, that was
Man.
unexpected.
I
It was
wasn't ready
so
for him to
close
shank it.
too.
I looked
Yeah.
away for 1 second, and my friend
Yeah, so did I did the same thing.
because I just assumed we were gonna, they were gonna just hit it. All right, we're just gonna be up by one, I guess. And then I looked away, and my friend was just like, "They missed it," and I was like, and I watched the replay, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So the football gods were on our side today because that was a gimme field goal right there. That should have been easy. That's routine
like
for most kickers.
mother, like son. I did the same thing. I think I left the room. I was like, all right, well, they're gonna get this one, and we just gotta. And then when I heard, I was like, ah.
Because it's the roller coaster of being a Giants fan. You expect it to go up and down all the way through the game, and it's just
true.
That's when I was all right. Well, I guess we're just going back down on the roller coaster again. But they
Yeah.
missed it, and we stayed up, and they took the advantage of it. The Giants took advantage of it. We didn't necessarily score like I wanted us to, but we got field goals, which I will take. We were managing the clock well. Honestly, that was one of the best time possessions I've seen for us all season.
Whew.
It was good.
It was legit.
They said for 50
good.
minutes we didn't have the ball, but for the end of that game, like the majority of the end of the game, we did very well. We did what we needed to do. We didn't force anything. We didn't do anything stupid.
Absolutely.
Jason Garrett, good job on that. You had some stupid plays today, but you know what? I'm gonna let it slide.
That's gonna happen. It's gonna
I'm
happen.
gonna let it slide. But I do want to say something about our offense. How is it that we're number 5 in pass offense in the league? And
I don't know actually.
we're number 5 in yards passing alone.
Wait, conference or league?
League number 5 in the league for pass yards. Daniel Jones is number 12 in the league for pass yards. He's number 12 in terms of all yards by a quarterback. He has more yards than Aaron Rodgers. I looked up all the stats and I'm like, I can't believe this. How is it that we have all these yards and no points to make up for it? We're 17th.
Danny
in the league
Dimes
for
is
points.
running, man.
Yeah,
He's running.
But we're 17th in the league for points. But we have the number 11 offense total. Our total offense, all of our yards together, equates to number 11 in the league. And we're number 5 in passing alone. But we're 17th in scoring. Something doesn't add up. and it goes to deal with the red zone opportunities that we squander, and the fact that there's just a lot of careless turnovers sometimes by our boy Daniel Jones sometimes, and other people who
Yep.
just don't catch it, and it bounces off their hands into another DB's hands.
We had less of that today.
A lot
Thank
less.
goodness. And obviously because of that, we won because we
Right.
had a lot less of that nonsense.
Albeit
And
because defense, but
yeah, it was another strong showing for defense. Patrick Graham and crew, they did that. I was really proud of them. Jabril Peppers was out there today, but I don't know that he played the whole game.
no, he didn't. He didn't play most of the game.
Okay.
It was a
Okay.
lot of the younger guys stepped in, and honestly, I think it's time for those younger guys to start stepping up, because at this point, we expect a lot of these guys to be with us for the next couple of years. We're trying to build a team, and we're trying to
Yeah.
keep those young guys together so that they grow together. And Xavier McKinney is a very important piece to that. Eli Penny, I would like to say thank you for not being a baby today and, being all emotional and trying to talk trash out there like you were doing something. You did good today. You gave us
He
a couple
did.
of big first downs. You ran hard
did.
and you made up for your mistakes, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate everybody else being disciplined on defense in general. There was a lot less penalties today. A lot less. It was good.
But we still had a lot.
Well,
though.
yeah, but it was way less compared to last week. Last week was terrible. And we lost the game because of penalties last week.
It's true.
Now, what I do want to see the Giants work on is offense mainly. Defense and rush defense. That their offense needs to go together in terms of scoring. It needs to do a lot better. And the rush defense needs to do better, because our rush defense is not as great as it was last season. But
No.
and I could tell you why it's not. It's the formations we're running. I saw quite a bit of 3-down linemen and like a linebacker going down as a lineman on the edge, or just 3-down linemen and a linebacker kind of up. And we just have a lot of DBs, so like 6 or 7 DBs. Which, I mean, that's just saying that we're defending the pass, which I'm okay with, especially against a team like the Las Vegas Raiders and the Chiefs and
Yeah.
the eventual Bucks, who
These 2 games were supposed to be difficult games for us.
they were.
The Kansas City game was not a difficult game. We screwed up, right?
Yeah,
It
no,
wasn't.
we gave them that. We didn't
We
really
gave them
lose.
that. This was not supposed to be something that we could get control of and win.
Right.
So we've got some things happening that's working in our favor. It definitely worked in our favor today.
Mhm.
The Raiders are a little beat up from a personnel perspective. They lost. They lost the guy. What were that guy's name last week? They lost him because
Ruggs,
of
the DUI.
Ruggs, right?
Unfortunate.
Off-field, stuff, and of course they're their own coach, with his shenanigans. So they're kind of rebuilding, from a leadership perspective, and so they've got some stuff going on. But that doesn't take away from the talent that was still on the team. They
No,
could
not at
have
all.
easily won against a very battered and injured Giants, and they didn't. And that means that we have something. And you're right. It's those younger guys. It's those guys that are just a couple year in. Who really could be our standouts going forward. We do need to play them more, because we've relied on some more seasoned players. Kenny Millions. I mean, Galladay, he was out there today.
I was about to say, speaking of battered and injured, talking about battered and injured, I thought about Kenny Galladay. I'm like, oh God, I hope he doesn't get hurt in his first game back. But although he didn't do much, he had some key plays that helped the offense go. And again, it goes back to the offense's lack of production. Daniel Jones, our total offense, I think, aside from if you take Devontae Booker out of the equation, we barely had over 100 yards of total offense, because Devontae Booker himself had about almost 100 yards rushing alone. So if Devontae Booker isn't there, we have barely a 100-yard game by the offense, and that's really bad. I know we don't have a lot of receivers out there that can play, but we need to start doing what our strengths are, which is short passes, tight ends, specifically to the tight ends. You get them in those cross routes. You get the out routes for the receivers. We don't need those deep, progressively long plays. We don't need those deep, developing long plays. We don't have time to develop those type of plays. And maybe some trick plays here or there. I'm tired of seeing these trick plays where we throw it to the receiver to freaking throw it downfield. Like, that clearly is not working right now. And we've tried it every game, and it's getting easier and easier for the defenses to read, because we're becoming
absolutely
predictable. We're doing the same things, and that's part in Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett needs to go back to the drawing board and find some different plays. He needs to go back to what's working, because there are drives where he does what's working, and then there are drives where he's doing, I don't even know. It looks like he's just freestyling out there, just figuring shit out. I don't know. But it's very frustrating watching a Giants team that does so well driving it down the field, and then they just can't score. I'm tired of seeing that. And it doesn't make sense. Like I said, we're top 5 in passing yards. but we're 17th in scoring. Something's got to fix. Like something's got to give. We got to fix it. And I'm telling you, it all starts with Jason Garrett.
Yep. And we would be remiss if we didn't mention, our opening possession touchdown.
Jeez, we're dead last in first quarter touchdowns. We're dead last.
But
I was
we
shocked
have to mention the Evan Ingram
30-yard catch.
second wicket for his second touchdown of the season. Okay. I just got to say, when your job is in question for a couple of weeks, you tend to, kind of step up a little bit. And I think we're seeing that with Evan Ingram. I think he got a little nervous with all those talks that he could be traded. Of course, he's not going to be traded now. The trade deadline has passed.
Right.
But, he still could be on the chop at some point in the future. He's trying to earn his spot. I'm glad he recognizes he needs to earn it. You just can't, you can't just get hurt and sit on the sidelines and travel and just be chilling on the sidelines all the time. That we need somebody to produce.
Giants fans, I think this is the part of the season where the Giants figure it out and we start turning it around, albeit it could be a little too late right now, but I see the potential in some of these players and I see the growth in their team chemistry. So these are good things. Moving forward, I want to see more of this. I'm not trying to say let's try to make it to the playoffs. At this point, I just want to see team chemistry increase and I want to see growth and more discipline. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Do you agree with us? Do you think that the Giants are moving in the right direction, that there's just a few things, specifically on offense, that they got to work on?
I'd like some people to just comment because, I'm a mother and I was looking at Xavier McKinney's hair and I think he has the best hair on the Giants. Could you please comment on that? What do you think of his hair?
Who has the best hair?
What do you think?
I agree. Definitely Mr. Crazy Tony.
Definitely just let us know. Subscribe, of course, especially if if you're watching this video, you're watching us for the very first time, hit subscribe, like, and hit that little bell so that you can be notified. And we will see you next time.
We have a bye week.
We have a bye week. Finally.
We have a bye week and then we got the freaking Bucks.
Yeah, well,
Brady.
You know what? You definitely don't want to miss our post-game show for that game. Whether we win or lose, you don't want to miss ours. So hit that bell, subscribe. You don't want to miss our episode for that particular game. And with that, this is the mother and son on the Family Bonding post-game show for the Giants. Take care, everybody.
Take care.